Hey there, this is Richard Rowland with gentlemanadventure.org, and behind the camera for me today is Faith Rowland with Forever Faithful Photography. Today I just want to show you real quick how to perform a reload using the HKS Speedloader. And today I've got one on my belt here. It's in a Safariland split 6 Speedloader carrier, which I've demoed elsewhere in some other videos. It is my favorite way for carrying Speedloaders. Keeps them tucked closely to your body and makes them not too bulky. So real quick, we'll go ahead and get started. In some other videos we've discussed the fundamentals of reloading your revolver, and again, just for a quick review, those are: keep it up here in the high compressed ready position. You're going to open the cylinder with your one hand. You're going to reach your index finger through the cylinder window, tilt the gun up, or orient the muzzle towards the sky or orient it upwards, and slap the ejector rod. And that's always the first step in any reloading, regardless of what kind of speed loader or speed strip you're using to reload your revolver. Those are always going to be the steps. So to show you real quick with the HKS speed loaders, I'll do once kind of slow, and then I'll speed it up just a little bit, but still not try to do it too fast so you can still see all the steps. So to start with, we're going to bring the gun back from the where we've been firing it and it's empty, or maybe we just picked it up off the table and we need to reload it quickly. So we're going to bring the gun back into this high compressed ready position. We're going to open the cylinder like all the basics we talked about, orient it upwards, slap the ejector rod, and now this is where it gets different from the Safariland Comp 2 reload. So whereas with the Safariland Comp 2 we're going to tilt it back down and go for a reload over here, in this case what we do is tilt it back down, and as it's tilting down we're going to cradle it in this offhand. And when we cradle it in this offhand, we're going to take our offhand thumb and wrap it around the cylinder just to make sure the cylinder's not going anywhere. So again, you're going to orient the gun downward now, and cradle it in that left hand and wrap that offhand thumb around the cylinder. And once you've done that, your right hand can go back down towards the reload where it's on your belt. Remove the reload, hold it by the knob on the top, insert it into the cylinder, and just give the knob a twist to the right. Once you've given the knob a twist to the right, you can let the speed loader drop. You can close that cylinder with your offhand, and you can get back in the fight. And this is one thing that's very important when you're doing a reload, is to make sure whatever your method of reloading is, whether it's one of these, whether it's a Safariland Comp 2 speed loader, whether it's a speed strip, we want to make sure that when we're done with it, we're just going to let it drop. I've actually watched in competitions and at the range when some people will drop it into their hand and try to put it in a pocket so they don't lose it, or they'll, I've even seen some people fairly enthusiastically chuck it over one shoulder. All of those things hurt your economy of motion. They cost you time that you may not have. And so for consistency, whether we're at the range, whether we're in a competition, whether we're fighting for our life, what we're always going to do is just simply drop it, let it bounce to the ground. You can find it, you can pick it up later. These things are fairly durable. I've been dropping them for years, haven't broken one yet. All right? I'm going to do this one more time with one other speed loader, and I'm going to try to pick up the pace for you just a little bit so you can see how it's going to look without going through and explaining any of the steps. All right? Back in the fight.